In my last video lecture, I have discussed the topic relating to arrest of persons under the Code of Criminal Procedure. This is the second part in continuation of this topic relating to arrest of person. In Criminal Procedure Code, under the Chapter 5, there are many sections which makes provisions relating to this topic of arrest of persons. Most important section is section 41. Section 41. So, the heading of section 41 is when police may arrest without warrant. So, when police may arrest without warrant. So, as per this section 41, any such person can be arrested without warrant against whom some reliable information has been received by the police that he has committed any such cognizable offence which is punishable with death sentence or which is punishable with imprisonment of such term which may extend for more than 7 years. So, any such person can be arrested against whom the credible information has been received that he has committed any such cognizable offence which is punishable with imprisonment for such a term which may extend for more than 7 years. And on the basis of such information, the police officer has some reason to believe that such person has committed such an offence. So, in case of any such person who is suspected to have committed any such cognizable offence which is punishable with death sentence or imprisonment for the term of more than 7 years, then in that case police can arrest such person without warrant. Here, power of the arrest of the police officer is not subject to any restrictions or condition. But when such person is suspected to have committed any such offence which is not punishable with death sentence or which is not punishable with imprisonment for the term of more than 7 years, meaning thereby he has committed any such offence, cognizable offence, which is punishable with imprisonment either for less than 7 years or at the most which can extend up to maximum 7 years but not beyond the 7 years, then in such case power of police officer to arrest such person is subject to satisfaction of certain conditions, meaning thereby for the purpose of this section 41 and for the purpose of exercising the power by the police officer to arrest any person, offences are classified into two categories. First category is that offence which is punishable with death sentence or with imprisonment for such a term which may be for the more than 7 years, for a term which is more than 7 years, and this is first category. And second, offence which is punishable with imprisonment for a term which may extend maximum up to 7 years but not more than 7 years. So 7 years is a criteria. So when any such person, against whom some reliable information has been received by the police officer, or against whom there is a suspicion that he has committed any such cognizable offence punishable with imprisonment for such term which may be either less than 7 years or which may extend up to 7 years, then police officer can arrest such person, but subject to certain condition. What are those certain condition? That condition must get satisfied here before making arrest. First condition is that police officer making the arrest must have some reason to believe that the person to be arrested has committed the offence. Second condition, why such arrest is necessary? To prevent such person from committing any further offence. Third condition, why such arrest is necessary? For the proper investigation of the offence. Then, why such arrest is necessary? Because it is necessary to prevent such person from causing the evidence of the offence to disappear. To prevent such person from causing the evidence to disappear, evidence of offence. Why such arrest is necessary? To prevent such person from tampering with such evidence. Means if such person is not arrested immediately, then he will get opportunity to disappear some evidence or tamper with the evidence. Why such person is to be arrested? To prevent such person, suspected person, from making any inducement or threat to any other person who is acquainted with the fact of the case. So he is making any inducement or threat with a view to dissuade that another person from disclosing such facts, either before the police officer or before the court. That means those another person may be an eyewitness of the incidents of that crime. Eyewitness. So he may give evidence before the police officer or he may give evidence before the court because he is eyewitness. So here that suspected offender, accused person, need to be arrested, because if he is not arrested, then there is a possibility that he may approach that another person, that is eyewitness, and he may give threat or inducement to such another person for not to disclose any such facts either before the police or before the court. Therefore, here arrest is necessary of that suspected person. And why such arrest is necessary? Because police believes that unless such person is arrested, his presence whenever required before the court cannot be ensured. See, it is necessary to arrest him and keep him in custody. So, in case of these cases relating to offence, cognizable offence punishable with imprisonment up to maximum term of 7 years, if the police officer is actually arresting any person, then he has to record the reason or ground for which he is arresting such suspected person. The police officer has to record the reason. On which ground? We have seen already here various ground. Similarly, if such police officer is satisfied that such arrest is not required, now this arrest is not required, then also police officer has to record his reasons for not making the arrest. The police officer has discretion to come to conclusion that now this arrest is not required for the time being. There is one more important section, that is section 41A. This section is relating to that case where that suspected person suspected person is suspected to have committed any such cognizable offence which is punishable with imprisonment for such term which may extend maximum up to 7 years but not more than 7 years. So in such situation, police has discretion to conclude that it is not necessary to arrest such person immediately. Then instead of arresting such person, police officer can issue a notice to that suspected person directing him to appear before the police officer or to appear at any such other places as so specified in the notice by the police officer. And when such person continues to comply with the direction given in the notice, then that means he is cooperating the police. Then he need not to be arrested. But if he fails to do so, that means he is not complying with the notice, he is not following the directions contained in the notice, he is not cooperating with the police, then in that case he can be arrested. But now, for the purpose of his arrest, police officer has to obtain the order from the court. Then one more section is relating to arrest is contained in section 43. The heading of that section is arrest by private person or citizen. It says that any private person or citizen can arrest any such accused person who, in the presence of that citizen, has committed any non-bailable and cognizable offence. That is offence of most serious nature. That means, suppose in front of any citizen, if any other person is committing the offence of most serious in nature, suppose there is Mr. A, Mr. B and Mr. C. So in front of Mr. A, Mr. B is beating Mr. C with a deadly weapon. That means B is doing the offence of most serious in nature. Mr. B is beating Mr. C with a deadly weapons. Then this is offence non-bailable and cognizable. So in such case, in this example, Mr. A, in whose presence B is committing such non-bailable and cognizable offence, this section 43 give him power to arrest that offender Mr. B. Besides that also, any private person or citizen has power to arrest any proclaim offender. That means a person, that private person or citizen is having information that another person is proclaim offender, then he can arrest such person. But when any private person or citizen arrest any such person, suspected person, offender, then it is a duty of that private person that he must hand over without delay such person arrested to the nearest police station. He must hand over to the police officer. Otherwise, if he keeps such person arrested in his custody, then it may amount to an offence of unlawful confinement by such private person. So we stop here. We continue the discussion of this topic further in our next part.